Player coming at you with my first chaotic video. It's a real video for anyone who doesn't fully understand the rules of chaotic. So these are a bunch of my cards. Of fire, water, wisdom. And outperform power 5 and initiative fire. So probably gonna go first. I love Nimmer. He's amazing. I'm gonna call this my Desert Raiders deck. Ultra rare Headmaster in Kaija. Ooh, these brand once again. Probably my favorite pull today. Elements. This is up YouTube. Speed Player right here coming at you with another match on Trade Cards Online. What is up YouTube? Speed Player right here, and what I have is 288 packs of Secrets of Velocity Alliances Unraveled. Speed Player right here coming at you with another chaotic video. So, small apology I feel I owe you guys. By the time you're watching this, it will have been 3 weeks since my last upload. Now, there's been a couple factors why this has happened. Firstly, I've had schoolwork to do. Obviously, wish I didn't have to do it, but I do. So, there's a bunch that took a lot of time. Second, you know, time just got away from me. And third, it's been a bit harder to, and again, because of school, it's not like I had that much time to do matches. And then when I do, I did one, and I got my ass kicked, and I'm kind of on the fence about whether I should show those to you guys because, you know, A, they don't normally get that many views, which is kind of a bummer because, you know, I like to get as many views as possible. I like to share my content with as many people as possible. So I said A. And B, I like to show you guys decks that I made that work well, because while also showing you a deck that failed can be educational. I don't know, that's not really what I'm trying to do here. I'm not trying to show you by trial and error how to make stuff work. So yeah, and so I did 2 matches. I got my ass kicked on the first one. The second one was going pretty well, but then the guy had computer issues, so we weren't able to finish, and that was really annoying. And so because of those things and time stuff, I decided to make this video. I actually really enjoy making these videos because all this art is just sitting in a folder on my laptop, and I don't look at it, so it's nice for me to open it up. I get to talk about it, and then you guys get to see it, and that's pretty much what it's all about. It's you know, sharing the stuff with you guys. So let's get started. I think we got a good number of pictures to show you, and I think some of them are really interesting. So yeah, let's go. All right, so our first art piece is Steam here. He is an Underworlder. And so you see the location he is in right now is Everrain. Well, yeah, I think definitely Everrain. You can see the almost the ceiling in the background and the darkness. I don't know why Relum is in the Underworld, but Steam is obviously going to get him. I feel like he'd be a more anti-Overworld Under. Maybe he'd have air and water or something weird like that. Steam doesn't definitely look like your typical Underworlder, so again, just a weird, interesting card. The card art also, Relum looks weird in this shot, but I feel like this would be a really cool picture to have on a card. So yeah, let's look at our next one. This guy is Geton. So quick backstory. I believe I mentioned in the previous video. So Queen Alexia stepped down. She steps down in Fire and Stone. Azil becomes the new queen of Mount Pillar. Now she focuses on elements, and then Tassinel is like her right hand. So they focus on elements on Mount Pillar, and then so all the Danes who want to do elements stay there. All the Danes who want to learn like about infection and the hive, and I guess compost to some extent, they went with Alexia after the Nest of the Ancestors was finished. Basically a second Mount Pillar. That's where they focus on hive and infection. And so that's where I think Gitan is right now, because these are eggs, obviously with future Danions inside them, and so that obviously seems more like infection and hive type thing. So his abilities on his card, if he were made, would almost certainly have something to do with that, and not with elements. So yeah, and also I really like the definition on his art. I like these mandibles here in the center, the red, the black, the extra arms. I just think this guy looks really cool. Alright, so this one's name is Luja, and just based on the fact that there's like pink in the background and there's a rose on his shoulder, I'm going to assume it's an Overworlder, since I don't believe any Underworlder with any dignity would be caught dead with a rose on their shoulder. So yeah, probably a Guardian or an Elementalist potentially, just because like it seems nature. Um, Earth. I would assume water, either water or no elements. This seems like the kind of creature that have no elements. Definitely not a fighter. Maybe just because of the flower imagery. I don't know. Like that's a lily pad on his knee. Yeah, maybe healing or elements or something like that. But probably support creature. Definitely, I'm gonna say Overworld. Almost definitely Overworld. Okay, we do get a third Frafto, which that's always cool. Um, I don't know. I don't really know what else to expect from Frafto. It's like Dawn of Param Frafto, decent stats, low energy and support. That pretty much sums up Dawn of Param. Frafto the hero, gains 45 energy by himself. That's the only ability like it. So I imagine there'd be some kind of maybe new fire and stone ability. Maybe he finally gets an element. That would be cool. One thing I do like to point out is he is standing on a dragon's tail. This tail belongs to a dragon. There are dragons that come out in Fire and Stone and the Storm and Sea. Um, Dragons belong to the Pedians. I don't know why he's attacking the Pedians. Well, Frafto, the guardian of Castle Bodrin, that's near the Mipidem Oasis, so I guess he's not a huge fan of the Pedians. If you saw that episode of the show where Tom and Kaz have to go rescue that guy in Param, and in real life he's in a wheelchair. Sidebar. Anyways, next picture. We had a third Prince Mudinu, and so smashing this guy into the floor. I feel like I've seen this guy's face before. I'll definitely remember it after I upload this video where he's been. If I do remember it, you should see an annotation popping up on where you see him in other places. Anyways, he's holding a sword to this guy. See this lightning crackling all around. I'm not sure whether if he still has air attacks or because if you look, these statues are from the storm location from Lance's Unraveled. And we see these statues a lot in a bunch of Fire and Storm to Sea cards, so that might be why there's lightning crackling, why he potentially has air. I think he's gonna be more overpowered because Thebsar is back, and I think this is where the Pedians really take it to the next step. So yeah. This guy's name is Mourk, Mhoork. Obviously an Underworlder because only Underworlders look this scary and have this kind of deal with skulls. Like this looks like an Atropol Galmadar type guy. His midsection is a skull. This guy has a skull here with little skulls covering as a loincloth. Definitely a frontliner, definitely not high wisdom, obviously high power. Doesn't seem like the kind of guy who'd have fire though. You can kind of tell when guys will and won't have fire based on like the imagery in the background. Something I don't know. I'm just making stuff. Definitely a powerhouse. They're fighting giant leeches in what appears to be the storm grounds, and he has a tail. That's kind of new for Underworlders. So yeah, I imagine this guy. If he's not unique, then you can make some quite nasty decks. If you had two of them, just because he'd probably have some really crazy ability. Maybe have recklessness. So this also seems the kind of guy that would have recklessness. I don't know. I always say when you have a good warrior with recklessness. Next one. Alright, so we get a third Von Blut, which is also... He's one of the main reasons why I'm really excited about this, because in Fire and Stone, Von Blut is making some major steps. So, he has all these chess pieces, so there's some planning going on. He makes a treaty with Azil involving the Stormgate, and I'm going to go look up the specifics later, but I think it's basically a non-aggression treaty, and he gets access to the Stormgate because Von Blut specializes in earth attacks, like both his Don Farron Von Blut and the Servant of Ani both have Earth. Servant of Ani has water, but that's just because the Merlions. So I imagine this one would lose his water because the Merlions are on. So he's obviously planning something. Here's Azil. She's part of his plan, obviously. I gather this is King Thebsar just because he comes in, and I don't know who else this would be. Ganassarin. I showed him in the previous video. I guess he's. I didn't think he had that high a rank. I guess he's higher rank than I thought. Here's Prince Iflar here. Mudinu on the other side here. Don't know why he would be on the same side as fellow Pedians. Kaor on the side. This looks like Donmar, blue cape, green hair. I don't know how Donmar is in any way crucial to a Von Blue spot, but I guess we find out. So this would be a cool plot for the show. And then of course, trusty Crack and Scythia by his side. Next one is a Mepedian. You can tell by the face, the claws, the tail, the legs. Her name is Kenra, and so I imagine some kind of scout or cartographer. She's got a map. She's got a little telescope. Something to do with the Citadel of the Elements or the Storms or something like that. See several floating structures in the background here, 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 and here, and also she's on this frozen cliff. Don't normally find frozen cliffs in the desert, so yeah, she's probably a bit far away from home. All right, this location. I really think would be cool. So, it's a location, obviously. It is called the Mourn Memorial. That is really hard to say. So anyways, it's called that because Stronghold Morn is right there. Um, and yeah, it's based what I've gathered is that this is a tribute to all the creatures that I guess died during the fight with the Marillions. Now, obviously, in the show, you don't really see anyone die since it's a kid show. But I assume that somebody died. Like there's all four tribes came together, put this memorial together to acknowledge those that lost their lives fighting for the freedom of dryland Param, or otherwise they would have all been living in a giant ocean. And so yeah, this would have obviously had some positive effects like energy boosting, stat boosting, maybe a specific thing for each tribe, like Underworlders gain Fire 5, Opinions gain Strike, Overworlders gain Energy gains stats, something like that, something along those lines. We do get a third in the Inna, and again, I want you guys to look again with the storms, the statues from the storms, same as with Prince Regina. These show up in a lot of things. Oh, they also show up in the picture for Malvady and the King's Herald. You can go out, you can see that in the background. And so this is either the same location or because what I've just thought of now, because of the return of King Thebsar, they're now putting up more of these for some reason. In his second version, Rebel of the Rapasak, she's brainwashed. Although I think, yeah, brainwash is done after Forge Unity, so I don't know why there's all this dark, swirling magic stuff going on. I don't imagine the Mepedians are the most evil tribe, so I have no idea what she could possibly be doing. It doesn't look good. Oh, skip 2. Okay. This one is the Ring of Kensep. I imagine it would be worn by Thebsar. So Kensep was the ancient Mepedian king who was around the first time the Marillions invaded. So like they invaded in the show, and that's what gives us the set Beyond the Doors, Reality the Eldritch, etc. But before that, at the time before the Citadel of the Elements was sunk into the lake, the Marillions also invaded, and there's a book you can buy it on Amazon. I read it. I won't go into that. But anyways, when they excavated Lost City of Kensep, I guess they found this, and so this would obviously be a cool gear to have. I imagine it has some very beneficial effects for whichever Mepedian wears it in battle. Our next one is the Stormgate. I have to look at the name. Yep, Stormgate. So there's the Stormgate, the Wave Gate, the Tremor Gate, and the Flame Gate. This one obviously specializes in air. We can see that from the lightning and the tornadoes inside here. And then we see a group of Mepedians. There appears to be 6 of them, so these 3 large ones and small ones. I imagine this large one in the center holding the torch is Thebsar, and then one of these 2 is probably Mudinu, and the other one's probably Iflar, and then I don't know who these 3 guys are. I imagine this torch thing is also battle gear because you can see they're in a bubble, so that bubble is protecting them from the wind and the lightning. And yeah, so this would obviously have some air benefits, like the Flame Gate all attacks count as fire attacks. I wonder if all the gate abilities are just this is all attacks count as that element, because the only gate we've ever seen is the Flame Gate. So yeah, would have obviously like to see that. The whole point of this series, guys, in case I haven't explained it enough, is I just want to show you guys obviously what we could have had if everything had kept going and how awesome it would be, because like there's awesome decks now with the cards we have now. They've stopped making new cards, but still, like every day when I log out to Train Cards Online, I see some new crazy awesome creative deck that I hadn't thought of before. So just imagine like what there could be with some more sets. Yeah, I think how are we doing for time? I don't want to take up too much time for this video. Wow, we are already over. Alright, so I think we'll finish up this one, guys. So this is a location called the Twisted Palace. Not much really I can say about that. I just found this image, and obviously it's cool to look at. The way I'm trying to explain it in my mind is like a combination of Carnival of Confusion and Castle Bodrin. Because the Castle Bodron, there's the misorientation, and then the Carnival of Confusion. It's just a bunch of weird stuff going on. So I have no idea what any of these locations are. Probably locations that we've been set. This one kind of looks like the Stormgate. This one looks like some sort of shrine. This looks like in here. Maybe this is the Twisted Palace, and then this is all stuff inside it. Because like there's this glowing thing in here, and then this. I don't know. Make of it what you will, guys. I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. This will be the end of the video. Yeah, I'll link below to the place where I found all these images. You can find them on Google Images, but Afjack from TCO put together a whole web page. So yeah. One thing I forgot to mention. So, special message for everyone. I recently hit 100 subscribers, and this is a big milestone for me. This is a big milestone for anyone if you have a YouTube channel. So I'd like to thank every single one of you for subscribing. This channel has been around for a year and a half now. I wouldn't continue to do it if no one was watching. But you guys are watching, and every day I see people are watching. I know by the time I upload this video, I'll probably get some more subscribers. Um, even if I stayed at 100, I'd still do it. I do it because I love it, and I know everyone else loves it. So yeah, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you guys for subscribing. I thank you for helping me reach this milestone, and I'll see you in my next video. Hopefully not 3 weeks away. But yeah, peace, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.